Let's see. Okay, so we're moving on to other things, I think. All right, better put on my manager window. I'm going to try and clean up in here a little bit as I go. Whenever my hands are not on the keyboard. I can put like 3 bins potentially here to my right and just toss things into them. Okay, I heard my phone go off, at least I thought so. Let me see where it is. Oh, it's here. Okay, maybe it wasn't my phone. All right. Oh yeah, I said to myself I was going to try this at 32, and then I didn't think to it. It's still at 22. Okay, let me see if I feel like I'm saved. I couldn't see that well. It seems reasonably well synced. Okay. I'll turn the music up. Oops. Okay. Okay. So, AI, what is on the agenda for today? $4.3 GB, huh? I'm gonna get rid of these, but I gotta make sure they're uploaded to YouTube first. That's what I always do. That way I basically save space on my hard drive and don't have to just get rid of the files forever. To-do list app today? I didn't think it was gonna go that direction. Wait, should there be a to-do list app as part of my Aquafeel website? Probably not. I don't see it. Probably not. Okay, let's just go to the let's just fix the CSS. Let's just fix the CSS. I don't know how long it's gonna take. So let me open up a window here. As a matter of fact, let me do it on the regular site maybe first. Okay, so here it is. So I think, here's the site. I think I am going to start at 200%, right? So already, look, I can see that part of it has fallen off the bottom there. Okay, here we go. This is at 200%. This looks horrible. We can't do this. Okay, so first of all, this is 2 words. The upper word fell off though. So I guess we've got to make it smaller probably. All right, so what is the width? Inner width right now is 480. You know what? I think I'm actually going to dock that DevTools right now. I usually keep it in its own window, but for this, I think I'm going to dock it inside there. Oops. Here. Ah, okay, so for some reason I have it jumping way up in size below a certain size. That doesn't really make sense. Why would it get way huger under 500px? Is that crazy? Oh, orientation portrait. Okay. Well, does that work for me? I'm not necessarily trying to get rid of what's already there. Um so let's open our style CSS. So I think I may want to refactor this actually. Okay, these font faces are fine. Okay, these colors. These colors should be listed in variables, all right? So where do I have 191? Hmm. These are probably meant to be the same. Yeah, look at that. That's crazy. Okay, so let's set up my CSS variables. Honestly, I don't remember exactly how you do that. Let me just go find it. CSS variables. We need to turn off this AI overview. Google search, turn off AI overview. Three dots menu in the bottom right corner. Okay, yeah, I think this is what I had seen before. I don't think you need to use an extension. I don't want to, oh my gosh. Stop, stop, stop. Let's not worry about it. I'll just keep ignoring it. All right, for now, for now. Okay, so we're gonna go root. Yeah, I don't have much practice in this, but yes. So we're gonna go root. Oops. And we're gonna put some color. Right? Okay. Then we have 1, 2, 3, right? All right, so let's get rid of these. Okay. Okay, then here we put var bg color 1. BG color 3. Okay. So then here, I think this is supposed to be BG color 0. And I think we're not even using it. Actually, if I think we're not even using it, let's get rid of it. And if it messes anything up, then let's fix it after. Okay, field set. Input select. Appointment form submitted. I gotta take a second and go. I'll be right back. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'll be right back. I'll be right back. All right. All right. All right. Ooh. It's kind of. I'm gonna open the window too. The heater is on in here, and too hot. I'm gonna open the window and put the fans on. Okay. Yeah, too hot. All right. So, okay. 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 I think my mood is going to improve here pretty soon. Right now it's a little elevated. Not too bad, but a little bit. So here we clearly see the text is falling off the bottom, right? I'm gonna be honest. I think the media queries that I did made no sense. I might just get rid of all of them. I'm undecided. Obviously, it looks horrible. Goodness gracious. Okay, so that's good. Oh, apparently do I only have that on P? That seems strange. You know what? I think it's okay. It's okay so far. If I have to change it, I'll change it. Hepta slab. So this one I have on body. And then I additionally have it on input and select because by default they have different fonts. And I guess the same is true of button, probably. I think that's fine. Yeah, I don't know. I just wish it didn't look horrible like this. So, well, nobody's gonna do anything about it. I'm the one who's got to do something about it. I think all the media queries are trash, honestly. I think in order to move forward, the best thing to do is probably just gonna be to get rid of them. Okay, so keyframes we want to keep. Okay, so that was badly organized anyway. Okay, so all the media is gone. Okay. Okay, so now let's open up the local. What is that? Okay, so here's what it looks like. And so let's start at 200 like I was doing. So here it is at 200. Let me save my changes. Whoops. Let's see. How come we started off with this color? I wanted to start off with the darker color. I like this, the way they're lined up like that. Let me see. Something's not quite right. Oh, I got rid of it from the body, thinking that I didn't think it was needed, but it was needed. At least I guess so. And maybe it shouldn't be needed, but for now it is, so. Maybe it shouldn't be needed. Okay. That, to me, looks pretty good. With them lined up like this, I can see that I probably want this one to look a bit darker. And this one, I probably want maybe somewhat more saturated and maybe a little lighter. Or that's darker. What am I doing? And I think this one is going too far towards the blue or whatever. Maybe... I think I like that better. Oh, yes, I do think I like that better. So let's make those changes. I'm just going to put this over here. So I changed this to 55 here, made it darker. I changed this to 198 and made this 79, just a little tweak, I guess. And made this 77, and I didn't change the other two. Okay. Okay. So for real though, so here it is at 200. All the text down there is invisible. So at some point, I'm gonna want to actually make it scrollable because I don't think it's reasonable to try to get everything onto the page without the option for scrolling. However, what I could try here is to maybe bring some of the content onto the right-hand side. So like if the screen size ratio is I didn't mean to click off of there. Ugh, I'm headachy. I don't know what I've done to myself. Oh, you know what? I actually do know. I think I got a slight cold or something. I think I was exposed to some slight cold virus or something. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's really bad. That shouldn't be doing that. In fact, when those are off to the side, they're not supposed to be displayed at all. That's really goofy. They're supposed to have an inactive class, which is supposed to make them display none, but they do not have that class. Huh. Okay, let me look. I thought they were I thought they were supposed to have that inactive class. Man, I look really bad today. I guess I look really bad all the time, but Maybe just noticing it today. All right. So they really don't have the inactive class, okay. Pretty sure they were supposed to, though. Okay, I think the way it is probably fine. Let's just say, in addition to inactive being display none, let's see what happens if off right and off left are also counted in the same exact way. Let's just see. Let's just see. Okay. So I don't see that same thing. But now we can't do that. So again, hacky, I guess I'm just gonna not do this. I'm just gonna put them further off to the side. I did kind of see it there for a second. Okay. I felt so good last night, and you know why? You know why I felt so good? It was because I was coming on after work. And today, I'm coming on without having gone to work, because it's a day off. And it just doesn't feel the same. It just doesn't feel good in the same way. Alright, so. And I'm gonna look at it all the way down to 50 as well, I guess. So, I gotta use my thinker for a second. So if it's like this, so here, at 150, it's already falling off. Right? Here's 125, everything is there. At 150, it's already falling off. So I have this extra space here. So what I'm thinking is that we just want to use that extra space, maybe. Okay, so I'm going to put this on my other monitor for a sec while I'm watching that happening. Okay, so there we go. So it shows 720. So somewhere between 864 to 720, it's falling off the underside. So at 100, if we start resizing, so there it is, and we resize, so now we're below 120. It's still there, looking okay, I guess. But if we scooch this in, so there it starts to fall off. So let's say maybe 760. Okay, so it's at 760. All right. And here I might not have enough space. So if it's like this, I might want to add a scroll bar, I think, because there's space here, but it might not be quite enough space. If I add a little bit more like this, like somewhere in here, maybe this is enough space now to put this over here. Right? So it's going to be a media query for, and then then some of these other pages might have more, right? So that is kind of falling off. It might be right around 800 that's falling off, and maybe that's where I want it. And then this one's falling off. But that's more of a problem of the image being too tall. So I think that image was supposed to be cut off, and I kind of deleted it. I deleted the CSS, but we can get it back. It's in Git. I'm thinking around 800 feels like about what I want to be using. This image is too tall again. Okay, so if it's 800, I'm gonna say, just eyeballing it, maybe at 1150? 1150 by 800, do you think that's right? There's 1150 by 800. I still might not have quite enough room. It might be more like 1200. At 1200, I think I definitely have enough room over there. So maybe I'll start with 1200 by 800. And I can tweak it. So the idea for this one is going to be... So let's see. So if we look at the diff for this media, so we have some that are like orientation and max height. So this one is going to be max height 800. So if it's 800 or less, and it's going to be min width 1200. So if it's 1200 or wider. So let's go ahead and add that. Oh, wait. Here. And this is going to be all the way at the bottom. So I'm going to say media. I'm going to say min width 1200 px and max height 800 px. I guess, right? Okay, so in this case, we want to slide the other content to the right of the image. Although the way these images are being used is really dumb. Ugh. Alright. It is really dumb, isn't it? I guess. I don't know. I don't know what I just did. Oh. So I did it at 125, and it looks basically kind of okay at 125. All right, I gotta take some time and probably step outside. I'll be back in like 5 minutes. I'm only 35 minutes in. The thing is, my energy just isn't dialed in. I think I'll get there, though. All right. All right. New paradigm. Maybe just this once. New paradigm, real quick. When my energy is like this, I just like Okay, so there's what we've got. Okay. So like this page, I actually don't hate it, right? Like I spent some time on it, and I think it kind of turned out. I mean, I don't know, I guess. I'm gonna do another animation as a palette cleanser, but like at some point I gotta go back and like maybe images just aren't for me. Maybe I just need to get rid of the images. Maybe images are not the way I want to go. Right? Because like they don't really make that much sense. So I could look and see what's going on with some of these other sites in the herd. So let me find them. Okay, let's look at one of these. I'm probably gonna look at like all of them, but let's start with one of them. So aquafeelct.com. Let's take a look. All right. So there's an animation right on the front page, and that animation is a link to schedule an appointment, and it says free water test. And it brings us up to a form. The form also bounced in. So let's just start with some of that. That makes sense. And they used kind of a largish background image, which makes more sense than whatever I was trying to do, right? So don't quite know why it's like that. Interesting. Okay. So they used Google Translate. So why is it if they used Google Translate, why do they have the inverted exclamation point? That seems a little strange to me. Maybe not a problem, but a little strange. All right. So right on the front page when we come in here, so this is the first page that we come to. It's also kind of the first part that I did, and it's also kind of one of the uglier pages on the whole site. It just doesn't make sense. And it's contact information. That should be fairly late. So this says your confidence flow with every drop. It doesn't make any sense. Why would it say that? First of all, the grammar is wrong, right? Shouldn't it be your confidence flows? I sure would think so, but maybe I'm misunderstanding. But even if we changed it, your confidence flows with every drop, it's still a nonsensical statement. Like, what is it even supposed to, your confidence flows with every drop? So the idea being, like, it doesn't really matter. We just want some text or something that doesn't look horrible, right? And when we do load it, it sort of fades in with and there's an animation there. So, right, so that's when we first load the page. Right, and so it's drawing attention to this schedule an appointment. Now, based on what's shown on the page, do we know why we would want to schedule an appointment? Not necessarily. But maybe that's okay, right? So, like, is any of this really that complex? And look, they've used a very generic image here. So, frankly, we could use this generic image that I have here as something more like a background image. So let's see how that's going to work. So I have this main on screen, basically. And the page name is given as contact details, which, fine, okay. But the first page probably should not be the contact details. It doesn't really make any sense. All right, let's go back to the HTML then real quick. I don't know why that was selected. Okay. I'm gonna try to move my keyboard so that it's fully on the desk. All right. All right. So the contact details should not be a main. I don't think it should probably be a div, just like all these others. Right? And it presumably should not be the first page. It should probably be one of the later pages. Right? So let's move it. Let's say that it's right before the appointment request form. Okay. I have a lot of them I have most of them listed as articles. So maybe it's more consistent to make them all articles. That would work for me, I think. Right? Yeah, maybe. Okay, so I see some yellow, so what's that saying there? Proprietary attribute fetch priority? Oh, interesting. Let me just check on that. MDN image fetch priority. Baseline 2024. Frankie TH. Hey there. Hi, Frankie TH. What am I on? I guess it's just this stupid ass plant-based energy tea. I mean, I wish it were some form of beer or whatever, but well, on the other hand, it's only like 10 a.m., so maybe it's fine that it's not beer. How is everything going, Frankie TH? So I don't think there's any problem with this fetch priority. Let's see, fetch priority right here. Fetching a particular image early. Okay. So the reason that was there is because that was on the front page. So if I'm moving it off the front page, then we should get rid of that. Okay, cool. File ignored because no matching configuration was supplied. Oh, that's ESLint. Does ESLint have a configuration for an HTML? Actually, I meant working on, but as a German, I totally understand you, beer wish. Well, I'm working on a shill site, so there are a whole bunch of these sites, and mine is the worst of the herd. And I was feeling bad about it, but let's just take a look. So here's mine. Okay. Yeah, it's still very bad. Here is another one. So I was just noticing, so here it is. So it will say, your confidence flow with every drop. And that's it. So we see home, system, about, contact, free water test, schedule an appointment, right? So I mean, should we be able to do a site this good? Like, this doesn't even make sense. It doesn't mean it doesn't mean anything, I'm sure. Or maybe it does and I'm just too dumb. But regardless, we can make a site as good as this. It's just gonna probably take me another like 5 months. But I'll get there. I can make a site as good as this. Now, if we scroll down, it... Oh my gosh. Anyway, so... Yes, it's like one of these. There are a whole bunch of them. Aquafieldglobal.com. It's like the purpose of such a site, it's a shill site. So this is a predatory company that goes door to door and sells water systems, home water filtration or something, to immigrants for like 10 times as much as you'd get it for if you went to Lowe's or Home Depot or Amazon or probably Walmart. I don't know. Ouch. So yeah, it's cool. So Aquafield, Virginia. So there's a whole bunch of them. There might be more that I've never found. So this one shows a contact form. Let's see here. And it's not multi-level marketing as far as I know, because there's not like a whole literal chain. There's just regional affiliates, but I don't think there's a pyramid structure. But honestly, whether there is or not, I guess it doesn't really matter to me. It's pretty close to a pyramid scheme. There's this one. There's this one. Bad. Yeah, pretty fun, right? Aquafield Hagerstown. Nope. There's www. AquafieldSolution.com. Aquafield Solutions Maryland. And then there's some of them don't work if you don't put www on the front. But it's whatever. I mean, presumably people would be getting to them through a link or through Google anyway. All right, so how clean is your tap water? So like some of these are pretty fine. Some of them are better than others. This one's pretty insane. It gives you a 10-minute timer for whatever reason to download the bonus or something. This one is good. This one there's almost nothing here. Just kind of a stub page. Still better than mine, though. Wow, what the heck? Ticket to shine bright like a diamond? Has the store been taken over? Okay. Here's one. That one's maybe zoomed in too much. Or, well, a little, I don't know. It's fine. So anyway, yes, this is what we're working on, I guess. Okay, so moved the front page. And so now, let me see. So this first one should then start on screen, I guess. Okay, so what if we load like that? Where'd my... I don't know why my index HTML doesn't keep coming up in here. So no, it completely looks wrong. All right, let's try again. We probably can't start with the animation, at least the way I have it now. So maybe we can start with this one. Maybe. Nope. Well, okay. It looked like it still showed the contact detail at the start. Interesting, interesting. Well, it still has on screen. I guess I didn't change it. Is that better? A little bit. But now this one is not doing what I... Oh, wait a minute, wait a minute. Animation. So this became an article. So let me just delete that. Okay. Yeah, I think that... Oh, wait, and here as well. Okay, I think maybe that's better. Nope, not yet. So, animation 001. Okay. Here as well. Oh my goodness. Okay, so that's better, I guess. This front page is still horrible. Alright, so we want a new front page that is more similar to what the Connecticut one did, I think. Where's the Connecticut one? Where all they do is they link you to the schedule appointment page, which brings you to the schedule appointment form. Okay. Okay, so let's bring this one off right. And so this one will be welcome. Yeah, welcome. Cool. What is it saying? Dropping value page name welcome for repeated at? That doesn't seem right. Let's say bienvenidos. Yeah, so to be honest, I think I want to get rid of all of the images. They probably all want to be background images. So this image Let's make this into a background image. Let's make this into a background image instead. Okay, so cool. Fine. All right. Sure. Sure, sure. Okay. All right. Anyway, so welcome. And then in the paragraph, should it be a paragraph? I guess so, probably. So we'll say, we are so glad you've chosen to invest in your home water health. Okay, so that would be estamos bien felices que usted ha elegido invest is inversión. To invest. Invertir, maybe? I'm going to check all these, but for now, whatever. I don't think... Is it invertir? Okay, let's just check that. So, yeah, I don't think that is. No! So that's an investment. And to invest is... Colocar. No. To invest. Invertir. Okay. Should have known, probably. Okay. Ugly, ugly, ugly. Okay, so then we want to have a link, basically. I don't have any links yet. I'm just gonna make this one a button for now, I suppose. Welcome to appointment. And then I guess I'm going to use a third. um, and then let's see. So free water test. What are they using for free water test? Let me see. So this says free water test. Oh, here we go. Análisis de agua gratis. Okay, let's say that, just like they did. Okay. So then, when we click that button, we're gonna go to the appointment page, right? So this is the page turn event listener. And so presumably we can use this same page turn event listener to go all the way over to the other page, the one that we want, right? So we'll say, well, this is gonna be a page element. Man, I've pretty much forgotten everything I was doing last month when I did all this. It's all right, we'll get there. Okay, so this is gonna be a welcome to appointment button, document query selector, button hash welcome to. Okay. Page elements. So no, this is, so we're wanting to turn to a particular page and it doesn't actually do that. So it's going to be, I guess we're going to go to the end. Page turn event listener equals, and it's going to be the same as we had over here. page move event listener, and this one takes new page number. Okay. So the predicate thing, let's see. So if the predicate came out wrong, then we did nothing. So here we'll say if predicate page move why am I saying event listener? That seems pretty redundant. Let's just get rid of it. So this one is going to be page move. And it won't take a predicate. Whoops. I'm really frazzled today. I think I'll be better off when I've had some more rest or something. Yeah. This is such a mess. The fact of the matter is it could use some organization probably. All right, so let's see. So this one should be like this, page move. We won't use a predicate. And then we'll look at 195. Actually, I don't know what I did there. Oh. So we ended this one. We didn't end this one. Let's go ahead and end this one so it doesn't say that same thing. So when we put in page move, put the appointment page number here, right? Then the current page number will be set to the new page number. That seems okay. To be honest, I don't think I'm going to change this, at least not anytime soon. And I don't think I need this. I think that part has been working okay. So then here we page move, and we go to current page number plus page increment. Yeah? Yeah, probably. What's the complaint say? Page move is something something. Not defined. Oh. Okay. Okay, so then the appointment page number is going to be find index. So pages, what was it? So we have to get the pages. Const pages equals get pages. Nope. Let's not do that. So page turn, and then we'll go page find equals, and then this is going to be page name. And we'll say pages equals get pages. And then we return pages find index page ID match or includes page. Okay, so let's see what that's going to do. So if I want to go into my page here and I want to go get pages, so then there they are. And then if I want to go like, what did I do? So I went get pages, and then I went get pages, find index, page, page ID includes, I don't see the welcome there, but let's just say water quality. And so then that's that. Then if we look at get pages 3, then there it is, water quality. So that seems right. Oh. That seems right. Is this going to be something useful? I guess it is. I guess it will be something useful. So sure. So then when we come over here, add event listener, and then this is going to be page find welcome. That's it. Oops. Yeah. Okay, let's load it and see what we get. Bienvenidos. Okay, so it didn't do anything. Did I get an error? Probably. Oh no, it didn't show anything. Oh, wait a minute, wait a minute. So I should have this. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that is right. Or is it? So like when let's see. When I hover over some of these, I think they should highlight on the page. Maybe? Oh yeah, there it is. Okay, so it highlights on the page, so that's good. Welcome to appointment button. I think I misspelled something. Let's see. Page elements. Welcome to appointment button. Add event listener. Page find welcome. So let's... Going to page number... Page... Okay. So it does say that, but it said going to page number 0, right? Well, that would make sense because I put the wrong page name in. Whoops. The page name was supposed to be appointment request form. All right, let's go fix it. Okay, so now what happened? It said going to page number 9, but it didn't look like it actually went to it, right? Going to page number 9. These still work, so that's good. Okay, so let's see what else I messed up. Page, so page turn does page move. See if this can be refactored, reduced. If I could spell. Reduced, cleaned up, dried. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing as before. Page move. Yeah. Okay. No? Still no. It just says going to page number 9. Okay. These still work okay. I'm definitely forgetting something. Oh, yeah, I forgot something very clear to see. Yeah, that's it's exactly why I made the comment, because I knew it was gonna be ridiculous. And it was ridiculous. Okay, that's why I made the comment. Okay. Okay, so it slid all the way over, so that's cool, I guess. I don't think I want all that other crap to slide past. You saw it there for just a slight moment. But no, it's not good. Okay, I think there's a little hack that we can do. Just a teensy little hack that we can do, which is going to be like this. We're going to go into the style, and we're going to find display none. Okay. So I'm going to add off right, off left. We don't want these to be displayed. Like it's just causing nothing but problems to display these. So then the other problem was it didn't quite work right. So I'm going to have off right on deck, off left on deck. Let's just do I just want the specificity to be a little bit more, which maybe is dumb, but let's just say it's anything that is on deck, but I added slightly more specificity, I think, by putting the body there. Oh gosh. And then the display of the articles is usually supposed to be position fixed, I think, right? Or no, the position is different. I think it's just display block. So then what we'll do here, it's an ugly little hack. Or maybe it's not as ugly as all that. It's a little ugly. So instead of just putting on screen, we first put on deck and then put on screen. So we'll go page class list add on deck. Okay. And then we'll do set timeout. All right. And then do all these. We'll also remove the on deck. And then the timeout amount will be 0. So, nasty little hack, I guess. But let's see if it helps. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Well, that did look better. Oh, you know what the problem is? The darn thing is vanishing instead of sliding off. Okay. So we know that the transition time is set to, like, I think 600 milliseconds or something. Let's see. Yeah, the transition is set to 600 milliseconds. So it gets uglier and uglier, doesn't it? So if we do this, so I don't want to use on deck at all, actually. I just want to add inactive, probably, right? Then I'm going to redundantly need those classes in the HTML. I think I'm just... Okay, so the first one is on screen. So I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to add the inactive class to everything that is off screen. I'm going to do that right at the start, right? And so then we're going to forget about the thing about on deck, I guess, probably. Okay, so it's going to be inactive. So then in the script, wherever we have that thing about on deck, we're not going to do that. We are going to remove inactive. And then we're going to bring it. Okay. But when we move it either off to the left or off to the right, we are going to wait 600 milliseconds and then make it inactive. And same thing here. Let's see if it's any better. Yeah, that seems okay. Oh, nope. It seemed okay until I tried to go back to the welcome. Oh, wait, no, there it is. Uh-oh. It looked like there was a bug there. Oh, it's when I'm going through too quickly, isn't it? So it's really just not gonna work. Um, we could cancel the timeout. I'm trying to remember how we actually do that. So when you set timeout, it returns like the timeout ID, which you can then use to clear timeout, right? It returns some kind of integer, often referred to as timeout ID, and you can pass clear timeout. All right, so I guess we'll need to do that. Made it a little more complicated, didn't I? But yeah, of course. So I introduced that bug. So these are page inactive timeout IDs, right? So page inactive timeout IDs push, right? And then when we actually do add that, we can, I guess, pop, or do we want to? And it's a non-zero integer, right? Yes. I think that might have been enough to fix the immediate problem. How many more problems am I introducing by doing something so nonsensical? Okay, let's find out. Okay, so we can go through, and if I press it pretty fast, no, it still doesn't work. It still doesn't work because, so, okay, this is one I should probably work out on paper, which is a good sign that I'm making something that ought to be simple, overly complicated. I gotta take a couple minutes here. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. That's the stupid. I'm a little annoyed at myself. Like, it's nice to have the bins here. So why do I not have the bins here all the time? Because I have to move them in order to go through the door. But I'm gonna put them back. So what if I had another better place to put the bins? That might make sense, right? A place where I could keep them without having to move them to get through the door. Well, I don't know. But, I mean, it's not like I've even used the bins that well. Like, it's an absolute mess over here. Hey. Yeah. Um, yeah, so I think that this was made way overcomplicated. I think we're only interested in the most recent. And so we don't want to do this. We just want to say that this will equal and then we don't need to do anything like that. And we don't need to do that. And we don't want to do this. Or this. So yeah, whatever timeout that is, we just want to clear it at that point, and that will prevent the most recent thing from going inactive, right? I don't think that makes sense to me. I don't think that makes sense to me. I think I needed to slow down a second and find out what the actual problem was, maybe. Do I have a notebook or anything to write with here? I just have a mess. I just have a mess and I don't know where anything is. I'm gonna go put this book up. Probably have a few different books. Put the several different books somewhere. I think I'm going to take another 15 minutes at this point and go through some more of this crap. Yeah, it's just an absolutely ludicrous mess in here. And every time I think something like, oh, maybe it would help if I wrote something down on paper. Do I have any paper? Do I have a pen? Well, if I do, it would be hard to say because it's such a mess of trash. It's ridiculous. I gotta think about how I'm gonna turn things around or something. Anyway, so what is the problem there? So we know that the timeout is 600 milliseconds, and it's sometimes if I go through pages too quickly, then the page that I want is not getting displayed. And I thought that it was because probably the timeout is hitting it and making it not display, right? So if I go right, there it is. But if I quickly go left and right, what happens? So we do see it, right? So here's something, and here's something. Here's this again, but then if we quickly left right, we watch it disappear, right? So I mean, it is pretty clear, right? But the one that we want to the timeout that we want to cancel is not the most recent timeout. It's the timeout that was associated with the page that we're now on, right? So in reality, I should probably have timeouts for each page so that I can clear exactly the timeout that I want. And that would do it, right? So, I mean, isn't this spending too much time in the weeds of something that really has, like, nothing to do with whether the site is good or not? Right? Well, yes. So the question is, how do we avoid this? We avoid this by getting good, right? And how am I going to get good except by just continuing to go through until it's working, right? It's a question of getting good, is how I see it. Now, also, arguably, like, a lot of people, at least in the olden days, before 2022 or whatever it was, in the olden days before GitHub Copilot, a lot of people used to get jobs working in software or IT, and often those jobs were working with other people. And so you could learn from others, and that would be, like, efficient, basically. Nowadays, I guess it kind of seems like we're all on our own. All right, I'm going to take this trash out. Because I filled up one bag already. Gotta move all 4 bins again so I can open the door. nowadays we're all on our own. And I guess that's kind of fine. But also like I say that, but I don't really know how true it is. Right? Like there's this concept of like this ideal where a person, instead of trying to figure out everything on their own, they learn from people who have already been in the business. Right? And I feel like that would be efficient. All right, let me take this trash out. All right, let me get another trash bag. Place the bin back where it goes. Over. Right, like I'm coming upon skill issue after skill issue over things that I kind of didn't think should matter, you know. But they do. They do. And I think that like I'm just gonna keep working until we get through something. Okay. All right. So yeah, in reality, I think we need a timeout that's individual to each page. Okay, so here, page timeouts sub page number. Okay. Page timeouts sub page number, right? So that's actually ultimately, I think, a little bit more straightforward. Okay. Okay, so here's a page, and here's a page. We go right, there it is. We go left, there it is. Now if we go right, left quickly, there it is. That's fine. Okay, so now let's go right back to the start. Okay, look. It didn't come up. So I tried to press a whole bunch, and look, that's messed up, actually. So I think that's something different that's actually happening there. So I think it still has the inactive. Like, if we're trying to look at it, but it doesn't show up. Yeah, there it is. So it has on-screen inactive, and it's not supposed to. So why does it still have inactive? That's messed up. Are we still console logging? No. I think I need to console log something to see what's going on. Let's see. What is it that we need to console log here? I'm gonna plug my phone in. Where is my phone? All right. Okay. So, if I look at it, I think I'll see why it is that it still has the inactive class when it's not intended to. Page number equals current page number. So we must have gotten in there because it did add the on-screen as we expected, right? The on-screen was added, but we still had the inactive. That's crazy. Hmm. So what do we do here? So what if we remove it again? What's it going to look like? It doesn't seem right, but let's see what it looks like. And if it looks good enough, I might just leave it. It doesn't. It doesn't. Um... So this one says on screen, it does still say inactive. That's crazy. And nothing in the console. Let's see. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! It's doing this for all of them, isn't it? So when I press it a bunch of times, oh my gosh. Okay, well, yeah, it's obvious now that I see it. Like so many times. Um, so we only want to do this if it doesn't already have it. Otherwise, we're just screwing ourselves, like we've been doing this whole time. So we don't need this. We just need to check if it has inactive already. We need to not add it again, because that's crazy. So when we look at a class list, dot contains. Yeah, contains. So we're going to say if not page class list contains inactive. Then we do that. Right? I think so. Is that going to screw us up? I don't think so. I think that's the way it should be, more likely. That would make more sense to me. Okay, now let's see. Obvious once I finally saw it, I guess. Okay, so let's reload. Better. Way better. Oh my gosh, that looks decent, actually. That actually, to me, looks pretty decent. Now let's try the button. Yes, actually, that's good enough. I'm gonna commit. That could use a commit, I think. Add the welcome page, which links to the last page as well. Cool. Very nice, very nice. All right, I'm gonna step outside again, and I'm gonna literally touch grass, not figuratively. I'm not a grass toucher in the figurative sense, but I can literally touch grass. Anybody can do that. And I'm gonna be right back again. I know, not a very productive, good day, but whatever. BR. Oh, actually, oh my gosh, I like that font a lot. What is that font? That, like, that caught my attention. Something about it is kind of cute. Open Sans? Simple. Let me see this. Let me see this font. What is it about this font that caught my attention? Open Sans font. It is a Google. It is a Google one. That's pretty nice. Something about it like caught my attention. All right, I'll be right back. I'm gonna literally touch grass, not figuratively, but literally, yes. Anybody can literally touch grass. I guess. I mean, maybe not. I'm sure there are probably some people who are bedridden. There's probably more people than I realize who are bedridden. All right, I'm gonna stop talking about that now. I'm gonna go out. I don't usually put these bins here, but it is useful for me to have them there because then I can just throw trash in them. All right, I'll be right back. Wait. Where did I put my keys? Want to make sure I've got my keys because, like, there's always a chance, even if I only walk outside for 2 minutes, there's always a chance of getting locked out. Let me find them. Let me find my keys. There's always that possibility, so I try to never leave the house without my keys. I don't think I took them out when I took the trash, but that was like, I just went to the trash and came back, so that was less than 1 minute. But anything more than 1 minute, see, I shifted things around, and probably my keys are now buried under trash somewhere. That's why I don't see them, I guess. I don't know. Always gotta have the keys. Always. Yeah, I don't know where they are. My goodness. Wait. Got him. Alright, let's get back to it. I gotta say, most of this, it does seem like improvements. It's an iterative process, it's a long process. One thing it does make me think is like, this is a way to try to build up a degree of like expertise or skill, I guess. Working through stuff that might seem dumb or unnecessary. Does it work as a learning experience? I don't know. I suppose I'll find out. All right. Yeah, gotta bring some of those bins over here again because there's still lots of trash. All right. Trying to put in the reps. Okay. So where were we at? So we made some manner of a commit, so that's good, I guess. Let's close out a bunch of these. Yeah, let's close these out. Let me just look at this one for now. It's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy out here. All right. So, what did we decide on for this first page? Okay. So, sure, the text seems fine, but it's not really dressed up, right? It's a little small, too. Is it a little on the small side? This one's at 100. Okay, let's dress it up. So, when this text appears on the screen, I guess we want to just a touch of visual flourish. Wish I hadn't bitten that last one. Kind of hurt my tooth. Everything hurts my teeth these days. Such a pile of trash right here. There's so much trash, it's too much to even contemplate getting through all of it. The heater is off. I'm gonna go ahead and close the window again. Yeah. All right. Ah. I might be at about the mark of how far I'm gonna go for the morning session, and then maybe I'll come back for a afternoon session. Do I know what I'm gonna work on now? The visual flair for this, right? All right. So, are we able to see? Oh my gosh. Where did the rest of the tabs go? Did that just scooch that tab over? I gotta. Yeah, you know what? I am gonna log off. Let me just make a quick list of things that I'm gonna do while I'm offline. Um, I don't know why I find this track really has not grown on me. I think that at first I thought it was okay. Yeah, I don't have anything in here to write on. Um, Let me move all the four bins again so I can get something to write on out of my car. I guess. Yeah, let me get something to write on. Let me make some notes for myself. All right. So, um, yeah. What are we making? React stuff or Node.js stuff? Please no WordPress. Uh, Unfortunately, that's a rather awkward question, but here I'll post the link. It's just plain vanilla JavaScript and Amazon. So, yeah, I don't know, like, is it WordPress? No, it's nothing to do with WordPress. Is it Node.js? No, it's nothing to do with Node.js. Is it React? No, it's nothing to do with React. It's far worse than any of that. It's plain, stupid vanilla JavaScript with plain, stupid AWS. All right, let me write down what I'm supposed to do. So cleaning, obviously I've been tilted because I need cleaning. And I'm going to try to do something like with images. I think I'm going to AI scale the images and just see what I think. AI scaled up. Vanilla JS in 2025, 2026. Yeah, I mean, realistically, Vanilla JS is way, way better now than it was years ago. It's really, really gotten very good. So, image it, and then the other thing I was thinking was just to what was the other thing? I think I got to focus on the cleaning. I'm super tilted by needing to do the cleaning. Do I use Linux? Well, yeah. Yeah, it's Xubuntu with regular ass XFCE. XFCE, I guess from what I understand, it's been around a while. I've sure been using it for a while. I've been using it a long time now. All right, so I was sure there was something else. That's why I got the paper, was because I thought I was gonna have to write something down. But that's all right. I'm just gonna log off and come back in the afternoon. Let's find who I'm rating. All right, is this a VTuber? No. It's all right. It looks cool. So it says Q Mizu. Let's see what we got. Q Mizu. RV there yet? All right, let me see. Aware? Or is it Aware? Aware or Aware? Or that you're aware that XFCE has been around a long time? Yeah, it's been around, I guess, since the mid 90s or something. El no sabe. Okay, gonna hop off. Oh yeah, the music. That was the other thing.